or one of the things. And I'm just going to do one more quick run over on the thumb. With this one, this tool, I find it quite good just to, being more broad, you can just really get any of that grittiness out. And just like find any bits that are still holding in the thumb. And it feels like it's this side that's still. And as Dave was saying, he was, getting tension in here, so we can just come in and do a bit. Yeah. And this is a nice diameter of a tool to use in here, but we could also even use the other side. And just, again, holding the spot and then bringing the thumb into it. Changing. And then as we come up here, we can bend the wrist and work this band like this. Because you can see, how much he enjoys that. Yeah. Oh, nice, see? You get rid of the tension, everything's letting go now. So, it's a bit of like layers on layers, like I say, and, I knew there was something that was still holding down here. So now I'm going to come back in and just open this part of his thumb up and just gently hold that point, let him breathe into it. He's so happy, he's dancing. Oh, we got another click out of here. Yeah.
I guess those wooden sticks are worth them biting into as well from time to
Yeah,
time.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. So again, I'm twisting the thumb now because he knows how much he's tight in here. And he's like, Brandon, please just get rid of that.
Please get rid of that.
Yeah. So I find it, it's right in there, and then I just let him breathe into that. And then I might just roll over it in a small manner. And then coming in a more direct, as he breathes into it, I can get in deeper. Because I've done the thumb, it's letting go easily, which is nice. If you just did this without doing the tip of the thumb, it wouldn't let go and it would just be bad pain. He'd feel it for sure, but it wouldn't let go. So it'd be bad pain.
Constantly on it.
Yeah, and you could overwork it and make it sore. Whereas this, I'm working, but it's actually letting go. And then I can hold it and just gently move it around a bit. There we go, another click. And then just stretch it. And then I'll just come in and see if there's, I still feel like I'm missing something like up here. They say, you may have been missing it, but I think you found it. That's what that means.
I think we found it.
Yeah. So it's there is, and this is a common area to look for where tension holds, is this first joint. Okay?
Yeah, that's when mine pushed out.
Yeah.
But I couldn't breathe.
Yep. Breathing. Yep.
I know that, that's the sad
Are
thing.
you
When you're
pressing
constantly-
into the joint?
Yeah, well, I'm pressing below it and into it at this angle, and then I'm going to roll over it and make sure nothing's getting trapped in there, because that's still holding a bit of this. And then I can cross over and see if this is going to help. Or I'm going to come back in here and make sure nothing's held, especially around the corner where that, anybody see my chopstick? Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he wriggled around.
Got it?
Yep, thank you. And so, would you mind passing me my glasses? Sorry, I'm just having this close up. Thank you. It's like, so I'm really feeling like, and this is a common area, is as the energy band curves around here. So I'm going to start again right here just to make sure it's not here. Let him breathe. It's still charged in here. It's quite sensitive for him. And then I'll just also move it like that. Make sure he breathes. And then, so I'm suspecting it's around here somewhere that's holding. Again, lightening up the pressure, but enough where it's accessing it, but not overwhelming. Then coming in. And again, I could join the dots like this, which is holding. And then find that spot. Come down a bit. And again, just try and watch him so that he lets go, so he's off until he can breathe, and then move. Here I'm holding the chopstick still, and then moving his thumb into the chopstick. Just, and then letting it go, making sure he can breathe. So often giving him a couple of breaths just so that he lets that tension go that he's holding, because it's so sensitive. This is the tricky part, is finding that right pressure that's effective, but not overwhelming. Okay, and it's a very fine line right here. I could go too light and be ineffective, too heavy, be overwhelming, and I just got that right pressure. And that's where skilled practitioners, that's one of the skills I want you guys to try and practice and develop. Remember, it's not all about technique, it's about tuning in, because, what the person needs is more important than the technique. You have to let the technique be subservient, And that means working within his threshold. And the more tight it is, the more sensitive it will be. And I've had very tight hands myself at many times. Okay, going in a bit more. Again, just trying to open that up, letting him breathe, watching his breath. Easing off if he's not breathing. Or coming in and doing assisted belly breathing. Okay, if a person, because otherwise the energy will get trapped in the head. So I could then come in and just get him to take a deep breath. And again. So I'm because I'm hitting that, it's such an intense spot for him. That he's got a tendency not to be able to breathe into it. So then I come in, do assisted belly breathing, give him a little rest from what I'm doing. Keep him relaxed. So bringing him back to that deep, relaxed state, okay? Even if I'm taking him up here where he's tightening up, bring him back down. Then we can do a little bit more. But again, the pace or the amount that I'm working here is really dictated by him, right? It's not by how, it's not how fast can I get rid of his, it's how fast and when it's extreme and it's sensitive, it's just sensitive. You know what I mean? And you can't like, ooh, I've been like that too. It's like, you know, people think, oh, no, you should handle it. No, it's really tight and it fucking hurts. Please be compassionate. Oh, for working it? No, I'm not
How
Superman.
often do you have a massage nowadays then?
No, not enough.
Really?
Well, yeah, I just don't have, where we live in Australia, there's not many other good practitioners. So my wife used to work on me a lot, but then with two young children, it's like you get 10 or 15 minutes in and then the kids clamber over me and, you know, they want to be part of it,
Yeah,
you know?
they
The whole
wanna
thing
jump
just
on
turns
you,
into a
they
kind of,
go,
yeah. So, yeah, not enough. My wife is very good at it. Yeah, sometimes I think with me, if she's angry at me, she, you know, if I didn't do the dinner, I'm like, that the empathy's not quite, you know. It's the problem with having your partner do it, you know what I mean? They could be upset about something else, you know. But she's good when she's, yeah.
In the right headspace.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. That was beautiful. Yeah, that was so needed. So again, it just comes down to like, you know, there's so much, there's a lot of, just on Dave, you know, I mean, like most people, there's a lot of work, you know, you just got to go, okay, well, how much do I want to try and get out today, you know?
Yeah, that's what I need to value. That's what I need to kind of sum up.
Mm-hmm. To me, if I was to go back into treating people, I'd probably do like maximum of 2 treatments a day. I'd do one in the morning and then I'd have an hour or 2 break to shower, to eat, you know, to relax a bit, you know?
Yeah, and then I go back either in the afternoon or the evening.
Yeah.
Depending on the
Yep.
kids.
And that would be a busy day for me.
Yeah.
So now we can, you know, a lot of this was held from that thumb, and now it's starting to let go a bit.
It's massively different.
Massively different, yeah. And that's where, again, we can get back into this. So all that nitty gritty and this, the whole thing was just locked. And it was coming a lot from here, but it was coming from here. The whole thing was jammed. So
It's going down and back up and down and back
yeah,
up.
yeah. So if I take 20% out, I like to get 20% out of here. And then it all becomes clearer because then I go, oh, that spot's not letting go. Must be still more. Next layer. Let's get the next layer out, you know? So it's not like sometimes it occurs where I get 100% out of the fingers and then I work out and do 100% up higher. But the majority of the time it's not the case. It's coming and going and, you know, and again, it's just, it takes time and you know, how long have you got in this session, you know, right? Like and that's often dictated by, well, how long are they booked in for, or am I getting exhausted? Am I getting hungry, you know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for like, how long have they booked in for, that would be, or they've gone out, sometimes people, when I'm working, they just gone, they go into another world.
Yeah, I get a lot of, meditative.
Yeah. And or it's just a bit, they've had enough, yeah.
There's no reaction.
But for somebody like Dave, you know, he's like, you know, my impression is that he's super keen to get rid of his tension. So he's appreciative of whatever I can give him, you know? And so then it'll, is that right, Dave? You're not feeling like, ooh, you've had enough and all this bullshit, you know? Are you?
Not in the slightest.
Not in the slightest, no. That's what I'm picking up. He's more like, just thank you very much, help, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
He'll just appreciate whatever I'm doing.
I appreciate whatever you're doing.
Yep. So then it just comes down to you guys getting tired, me getting tired, you know, us having lunch and all that kind of stuff. But, you know,
It's magic.
it is.
Magic.
We are.
We are. It's incredible. I mean, you think
Gold in our hands.
nobody else, how long has Dave been going, fuck my arms, you know, sick of this tension, you know, and now he's getting rid of it. Wonderful. It's one of the most wonderful things in life, if you ask me.
Teaching due to just being stressed and
Yeah.
yeah. So finding massages, yeah.
So when you think, you don't need those customers that don't appreciate what you do, because my point is I'm working very fucking hard. I'm sweating, I'm picking up energy. It's not fucking like, it's like, I enjoy it from the point of view of it's creative, it's wonderful, I'm helping people, but do I want to work on somebody that doesn't appreciate it? Absolutely not. No. I honestly couldn't give a shit how much money they paid me, unless it was in, you know, maybe if we're looking at £5,000, then I might, you know, prostitute myself a little bit, you know.
Fine.
Yeah, I'll put up with your nonsense.
Everyone's got a price.
Yeah.
And we found Brian.
You're an asshole. Fine. Yeah. The asshole is even more, you know? Oh, that would be an hour, 5,000 pounds an hour. That's for a yellow light. If they're a red light asshole, it goes up a lot more than that.
Before I even touch you.
Yeah. Just talking to you is going to go. Look at the arm now. See how it's just, to me, it's like you say, it's magic, but it's creativity, you know? I call it life sculpting. It's like getting a diamond that's covered in mud and you're getting rid of that stuck mud. Or cleaning a toilet bowl that hasn't been cleaned for quite a while. Well, it's nice and shiny now. It's pretty ugly before. But look at that. To me, like I just love that. I love the look of, you know what I mean? It's so satisfying. And yeah, I'd love to get him completely like this. And that's why for me, yeah, I'd love to, you know, but even what you were talking about like the retreat idea, you know, that's how I'd like to work with people, unless they were highly toxic and you could overwhelm them with too much treatment in a short period of
you
time.
have to really talk to you.
Yeah. But you know, you could have some detox teas and some, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you can do the whole shebang.
I would do the whole shebang. I'm a yoga teacher from.
yeah. And that I don't know, for me that would be quite more exciting because then I'd get Dave back the next day, you know? Do his other arm.
Yeah.
And then next day do his leg, you know, if he could handle it. Because I can easily do 3 or 4 hours a day.
Yeah, I've done 4 hours massage. By the time you get 4 massages a day from max.
I lose track of the time. I need to get my terrible.
So just stretching that shoulder, opening up its range of motion. Twisting it, again feeling where it's still tight. Oh, there's one of the spots. Nice to meet you, Dave. Hi. But you can see, I mean, not only is he a massage therapist, he's had the whiplash through here, but this is really, look at it. It's just another layer, okay? And then we'll have again have a feel of his neck, and then I think we'll have a lunch break. How's everybody going? Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's that?
Tired from just watching.
Tired from just watching, yeah. Well, I'm completely drenched in sweat, and I'm ready to have a shower. But again, I feel good. This is what I do. I'm not worried about being drenched in sweat or picking up. I enjoy working with the grain lamp. So again, there's a tight spot right in here. I'm just holding that where my thumb is. And I'm also going, why is that tight? What's still holding? You know, so I'm always questioning. When I'm coming up higher, I'm not only treating, I'm diagnosing again. What's still left? You know? And it might be that there's so much still left that he needs quite a few more hours. And I can't get to that today. But it might be. Yeah. All right, so let's just see if we get any more. Big breath. That's all good on that side. It felt pretty smooth. Yeah, a few more there. Yeah. What's that?
That was better than the first one.
Yeah, deeper. So now I'm going to let him breathe into his belly while because there's a lot of energy going to move, especially with those cervical manipulations.
That's incredible.
So as we're starting to finish, I'm doing things like gentle rocking, just to keep any, energy moving. Big breath. So as I say, cervical manipulations can open up Ashashumna, open up energy flow. So for a first treatment, I consider this a first treatment because I haven't worked on Dave for many years. I feel good about it, like we made some decent progress. We've opened up a lot of vertebrae in his neck. That jaw is like 50% better. His hand is like 70% better, his arm, Still more to do, but then I'll be like, okay, get him back whenever, 2 days, 3 days, whatever, whenever he's ready. Do his arm, there's still plenty. I mean, you can look at his feet and you go, fuck, there's a bit of work there,
So these terms are
Yeah.
together.